And this episode of Penn Point starts right now. This episode of Penn Point is brought to you by Squarespace. I'm going to talk about Paul McCartney, because I saw him live in Vegas, my second time seeing a Beatle. I saw the, what's it called, Ringo All-Stars, which has a lot of like guys from like, Sugarloaf and stuff, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and stuff playing with them, but also Ringo Starr. So I've seen Ringo Starr live, and now I've seen Paul McCartney live at the big MGM hockey rink. And I did see John Lennon. I walked by him in Central Park in the 70s. Of course, it's easy to guess when that would have been, because it was when he was alive. And I winked at him, and he winked back. And it was really important to me. At that time, I collected winks from people. I winked at Chuck Berry when I walked by him, he winked back. It's kind of a homosexual adoring of my, the gods of my youth and my present. I still have great respect for all of John Lennon's stuff. And especially the nutty stuff. I like the John Lennon stuff, post-Beatles, as much as the stuff with the Beatles. So I went to see Paul McCartney, and it was a wonderful show. I'm going to talk about that in another one. I have more to say about that. It's a perfectly done show. Paul runs it as a military operation. Everything's clean and crisp, and you hear exactly what you want to hear. You hear the hits. I mean, you hear some of the, you did let him in. You did hear someone knock on the door, someone ringing the bell. I guess someone in the hockey rink wanted to hear that. No one around me wanted to hear that. But he does all the other stuff. Then on Live and Let Die, which is one of my least favorite songs, but I've talked about it so much, if this ever-changing world in which we live in, he does during that the most pyro I've ever seen indoors. The whole stage explodes, and it's loud, and it's in beat. It's in time, exactly. Live, and I believe that may mean they need to use a click track, at least for that, to synchronize those explosions. They're just amazing. And there's a lot of fire on stage. And I was sitting, up, I wasn't on the floor, and I could feel the heat from the fire. It was like the Hurricane Helldrivers Demolition Derby Joey Chitwood show when they light the thing on fire for the guy to slide in his ass off the motorcycle. It was hot and loud, and Live and Let Die. So Live and Let Die, it seemed like maybe somebody's message to Paul about that line, if this ever-changing world in which we live in, which I used to think was in this ever-changing world in which we live in, which it's really just this ever-changing world, right? If this ever-changing world makes you give up and cry, live and let die. Is it cry or die? It doesn't matter. But I believe and someone will have a bootleg. Please, someone write into Twitter or something. If you have a bootleg of the June 10th, 2011 appearance of Paul McCartney at the MGM hockey rink, listen to Live and Let Die on there. And I think the second time through, I think he sings, if this ever-changing world which we live in. So I think he only has one extra in. If this ever-changing world which we live in. I think he takes a breath on the in that offends me so much anyway, listen to it and let me know. Because if he does, I'll feel it's a victory. Like when Isaac Hayes, who I really always hated. I think Shaft is one of the greatest songs ever recorded. One of the funkiest, grooviest, two wah-wah guitars. Listen, and then the other guitar is wah-wah too. Fabulous. But he sings, he's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his woman. Why is the but there? He's a complicated man, therefore no one understands him but his woman. He's a complicated man, ergo no one understands him but his woman. And then after the woman, they say John Shaft, like his woman's name happens to be John Shaft. Confused me. But Isaac Hayes, when he did the new Shaft, the newer Shaft, is not new, it's like, most of you weren't born when the last Shaft came out. he had to redo the theme song. And I thought for sure he would take out that but, realized it was a mistake, but he put it in. But he put it in. But he put it in. So I was kind of bummed about that. But then he did an appearance right before he died, after he quit South Park. He did an appearance on a situation comedy, and in that appearance, he sang, he's a complicated man, no one understands him but his woman, which is, I believe, the way it should be. But remember, Paul McCartney and Isaac Hayes are much better songwriters, talkers, and more successful than me. I am not fit to eat shit off their shoes. So the reaction to Penn should be, why don't you shut the fuck up? Which is always good advice from me. Squarespace is the fast and easy way to create a high-quality blog, portfolio, or any kind of website. If you have questions or need help, Squarespace provides every member with amazing support, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start your website or blog by choosing from over 60 professionally designed templates, and then add content from your computer, iPhone, or iPad. Squarespace's mobile apps allow you to easily add entries and manage comments from anywhere. Many of the internet's highest traffic web pages are powered by Squarespace, not to mention many of the personal pages of Revision 3 hosts and personalities. Check out www.squarespace.com to get a 2-week free trial and 30% off for 3 months when you sign up in June. Just enter coupon code PENN6. PENN6.